What's the worst gift you have ever received? For my 10th birthday, I really wanted a fish. They got me a fish bowl, those decorative rocks and fish food, but no fish. They said I could just imagine there was a fish. LMFAO. Better than getting a fish without a fish bowl. Every year I get a gift basket from my dad and stepmom. It includes coffee from the clearance section of Ross, a bottle of wine, and lots of other clearance stuff from Ross. I don't drink. I can't drink coffee. I sound ungrateful, but I'd rather just get a card. They don't know me. My ex-husband is a shit giver. No thought into gifts. No thought towards others at all. When we were still married, he once gave me a makeup kit. Although I never wore makeup, I asked him why he got me makeup, and he said the sales clerk said most women love makeup. Do you even know me? Do you even see me? A year later, for my birthday, he gave me a snowboarding jacket. I don't ski or snowboard, but it could be a really warm winter jacket. I tried it on. It was enormous. I asked if we could exchange it for a size that fit me. He said no. The jacket was really for him and I wasn't allowed to wear it. Some other memorable gifts from him include the stolen mattress that we did not need, a cell phone with a new line of service that he got in my name without my permission, into which I received the bills to pay for it. Happy birthday to me. Other fun memories of him include the time I got a call from a Land Rover dealership that he had traded in my car for a brand new Land Rover, and I had hours to get my car to the dealership before they called the police. I encouraged them to call the police. The car was in my name only, awarded to me in the divorce, and the jobless prick they let drive a $60,000 car off the lot was not entitled to my vehicle. He called that afternoon telling me I was bitch and had just ruined his week. Sorry, Chief. Good that you're done with hi Monsieur with an S. It wasn't so much the gift. It was the circumstances. I had some friends who were secretly trying to raise money to help me take care of my dying dad. They'd told a mutual friend of theirs about it, a very wealthy woman who was an attorney. So, on my birthday, she thought it would be appropriate to send me a woven bag as a gift, with a card in it detailing how I needed to not be a beggar. I needed to pull myself up by my bootstraps. I needed to stop asking people like her who were well off for money. I hadn't. My friends had asked her to contribute to a fund they were making, and how I could eventually be a decent person and not such a poor. I received the gift during my birthday party, and had a complete meltdown that ended up with sending everyone home. She knew I'd grown up homeless. She knew I'd struggled and was finally doing well enough to rent a house on my own. And I had a really good job. She just wanted to make a point. Oh my God, that's so awful. What a horrible thing to do to someone, especially on your birthday of all times. Screw her. You've probably overcame more now than she will in her entire life. I want to slap this woman. Well, that's terrible. I hope you take comfort in knowing that you are a way better human than this poor excuse for a person. Well, a gift I gave them the year before. Wow, that's gotta hurt. Skeptical smiley face. That's why me and my wife have a list of who gave us what so we can gift away the shit to different people. My dad once got me a boombox that could only be used in his room, stored in his room, that I also couldn't use without his permission. So basically he bought himself a boombox. My dad remarried, adopted her kids, and moved to another state. He was normally a very good gift giver, but one year he decided to buy a very expensive set of tools for me for Christmas because I was 18 and going off into the world. Except that it was a gift for both myself and my brother to share, so it had to stay in that other state with my 8-year-old brother. I kinda shrugged it off. I assumed it had something to do with my stepmom wanting things to be fair since the tools were so expensive. Must have sucked to be an 8-year-old who got a bunch of tools to share that he was probably never allowed to touch when all he really wanted was a Pokemon game or something. I've never asked my brother about that. Gonna have to see if he remembers. My brother always brings this up every Christmas. But back when I was going through grades 1 to 4, US, back in the 90s, we would do a class gift exchange. It was one of those setups where everyone buys one present to put into a pile at the center of the room. Then numbers are drawn and each kid gets the present that corresponds to the number they drew. So it was completely random what present you ended up with. Somehow I ended up getting a box of dominoes every fucking year. When I got the box of dominoes in 4th grade, I burst out crying. I still don't really know how to play dominoes. Looks like you've been hit with a domino effect. Reminded me of my 4th grade gift exchange. My mom gave me a sketch pad with a pack of colored pencils to take in for the exchange. It was a pretty big pad, so the gift looked like there was something good underneath the wrapping. The look of disappointment on the kid's face made me feel so hot on the inside. Because if I had a choice in the matter, I would have gotten something cool to take in. For the teacher's gift, it was always candles. I'm a guy, so that always felt weird, especially when it was a male teacher. Now that I'm an adult, I wouldn't mind candles as a gift. Or a sketch pad, to be honest. Funny how trivial shit feels like the end of the world as a kid. Orange-flavored Tic Tacs. The only thing is they weren't orange anymore. My aunt had sucked on them all to get the orange flavoring off and put them back in the container. They were just a clump of stuck-together white Tic Tacs. It was very confusing for 6-year-old me. What the fuck? How unspeakably vile. Did they still taste orange though? Luckily I was smart enough not to try them at that age. It got worse the next year. I was given an erotic poem written by the same aunt with my immediate family members as the characters. It was called Rudolph the Big-Dicked Reindeer, or something like that. My mom took it away real quick, and that was the end of gifts from my crazy aunt. My ex-mother-in-law gave me a mason jar with the ingredients to make chocolate chip cookies in it. Which was fine, until my ex-sister-in-law, who had Down syndrome, chimes in. We got it at a garage sale. Who knows how old the ingredients were? We got it at a garage sale. Her saying that is a gift in itself. Yep, it sounds like your Sil is the one who gave you a good gift that year. The gift of knowledge and understanding. A mouse. A dead one. From my cat though, so it's fine? Had me in the first half, not gonna lie. My adopted mother kept track of how much money she spent raising me. And one Christmas, years after I had moved out, sent me a card with, "I'm taking $500 off your debt to me for Christmas." Greater than my adopted mother kept track of how much money she spent raising me. And one Christmas, years after I had moved out, sent me a card with, "I'm taking $500 off your debt to me for Christmas." Holy shit, that's terrible. Like, WTF, who does that? Why would you adopt only to be a stingy bitch and pretend like you're taking on a huge burden? Please tell me you don't speak to her anymore. I haven't spoken to anyone in my adopted family for 7 years. The last thing I heard from them was around the time of my divorce, when they sent an email to my ex-wife saying, "Well, we aren't surprised." I'd say, "Oh cool. Now you owe my $500 because we have no written contract stating that I owe you jack shit. Congratulations." Quote. W what? Okay. So why the fuck would you adopt a kid if you don't want to spend money on them? Like, what the actual fuck? I've come around to thinking they did it for the tax breaks. They fed and clothed me. Sure. Even took me on trips and stuff. But the fact she was adding all that up all that time, it took away whatever meaning there was. 3 nightgowns from my sister-in-law. All 3 were so big my husband and I could fit in them together. I tossed them. My mill gave me a nightgown, 1800s style, that covered the neck and went all the way to my toes. For our Christmas as a married couple. I don't know if that was a message that she didn't want grandkids. Lol. I got my first period on Christmas when I was 11 years old. No one had prepared me for it. So I freaked out in front of my entire extended family and then got made fun of for years to come. It sucked. All I wanted was a lava lamp. And instead I turned into a woman. I hope you got a lava lamp in the end. I did. I still have both. I was a little chubby, so my absent father sent me a weight loss book for teenagers for my 13th birthday. I feel so sorry for you. Hope someone gave him a nice edition of some How to Be a Decent Father beginner's edition for his birthday. Send him a How to Be a Father book back. Underline all the stuff he sucks at or doesn't do. That's awful. I'm sorry you had to have that. A bright red lace tiny thong from my grandma when I was 11. I still don't know why. To be fair, it's proved very useful in the long run. I got a hair clip one year. It was a nice clip. Made of metal. Had pretty flowers on it, but still. It threw me off. It was Christmas one year. And my mom's side of the family always draws names. That way we only have to buy for one person. And usually we try to draw names 6 months in advance, to give us plenty of time to either collect multiple items to give to this one person or to save up enough money to get them that one big thing. One year my uncle and I got each other. I made him this really amazing shadow box full of vintage pictures of him and his kids and all his favorite things that he loves to do. It looked really cool. I also got him this super cool vintage Roman helmet. And when you open it, there is a felt lining that has a hole for a bottle of liquor and 4 smaller holes for 4 shot glasses. And I got him some nice liquor and some nice shot glasses to put inside of it as well. I was really excited whenever I gave it to him because I love giving awesome gifts. And then he handed me a small bag and I pulled out a hair clip. I tried really hard not to look deflated. I really don't even care about gifts that I get. I'd rather not get anything. But the build-up that I had created by getting him this awesome gift just kind of went poof when I pulled out that hair clip. Did anyone say anything about this? I also want to know this. My extended family seem to forget how old I am and I rarely receive age-appropriate gifts. I'm 22 now, and they've since stopped giving me anything at all. I received multiple baggy velvet track pant sets from the ages of 11 to 16 for Christmas. On one occasion, my aunt from Puerto Rico sent me a singing Hannah Montana poster when I was 16 years old. By this time, the show had been off the air for a few years, so I don't even know how she found it. Got a Monster High makeup set at 18 by a random family member. It was the type of kit with chalky eyeshadows and lots of lip balms. I gave it to a friend's kid. My family does the same thing. They all give me gifts that would make more sense for 11-year-olds. I work in biology, and for some reason they all think that means I want hundreds of kids' chemistry sets and baking soda volcano kits. They're not even trying to be rude or patronizing. They just have not processed the fact that I'm an adult. They also think I'm obsessed with Harry Potter for some reason. I have not read Harry Potter since I was 13, but I am absolutely drowning in merch for it. I have 3 copies of Hermione's wand. Greater than they also think I'm obsessed with Harry Potter for some reason. That reminds me of my ex who for some reason thought that I really liked owls. Almost every gift I got from him and his family involved owls, owl mugs, owl candles, WTF, an owl necklace, a weird framed picture of an owl and owl earrings or some that I can remember. I guess owls are okay here and there, but come on, man. And then it just gets progressively worse because people start going, oh, she has owl candles and owl jewelry and owl mugs, so she must really like owls. And then everyone is giving you owl stuff. Yes, that's exactly how it goes. Until you wake up one day and realize that you're living in a freaking owl museum and you wonder, what happened to the life you used to know? I have family who thought I was always way younger than I was. So for like my 16th or 17th birthday I'd get presents from the children's section of the department store, like clothes. It would be obviously for children and have something on the front like cool skater dude, or some shit that nobody would actually wear. Hair clippers. I've been bald for the last 5 years. It's for your pubes. Thank you so much for watching and have a good day.